friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing on comparable interface. We will look at what it is, how to use comparable, methods present in comparable, how a class can implement a comparable, example demonstrating comparable. Before going ahead, let me inform you that this is a very important and interesting topic in Java language and is often asked in interview questions. So I request you all to watch this video till the end. I assure you, by the end of this video, you guys will have a fair understanding of what this is, and you will also be able to write your own class implementing this interface. So, comparable. So guys, what comes to your mind when you hear the word comparable? I think most of you might be thinking of something related to comparison or comparing of things. You are correct here. This interface is used for comparing the objects. Now let's find out how through a sample program. So friends, here in Eclipse, I have created a sample project which has two classes, student and test. In student, I have variables like ID, name and age. ID and age are of int type and name is of string type. I have also created another class, test. In test class, I have a main method. Test class also contains a list of students. Now guys, let's generate getters and setters for all the fields present in the student class, as well as generate the parameterized constructor for the student class using all its fields. So here the constructor as well as setter getters are generated. So I am saving this class. Now in test class, we will create the student objects. So here I am creating 3 student objects. The ID of the student is 101, name is Adam and age is 20. I am creating two other students as well. Now let's add these students S1, S2 and S3 in the student list. So adding them all. Now let's try to print out this list, student list. So I am doing a sys out here. Saving this and trying to run this program. Since the list objects are coming like this, so we will have to override the toString method in student class. So overriding the toString method in student class source, and then here you can generate toString. Okay, then trying to run this program again and let's see what's coming in the list. Okay, so the list is coming as first is Adam, then second is Eve and the third is Romeo. And these are coming in the same order in which we have inserted these objects in the list. But now guys, we want to see these objects printing in the order like in ascending order of age, ascending order of their IDs, or descending order, or in some custom order which you want. So how can we do that? So for that we have a sort method in collections class which helps us in sorting the elements of our list. So let's pass our list in this sort method and let's print the list again. So passing our list here and printing it. saving our test class, we can see we are getting error here. We are getting error here because the sort method says that it will sort only the list of that particular type which implements comparable interface. So let's look in the definition of sort method. Yeah, it says that it will allow only list of that particular type which implements comparable. So here in our class we have a student list of student type. But this type student is not implementing comparable interface. So when we want to sort any list using the sort method of the collections class, we have to make sure that the list of that particular type must implement comparable interface. So let's implement comparable interface in student class. It gives error here. It says we have to provide implementation to the unimplemented methods in the comparable interface. Now let's look at the class definition of comparable interface. This is the class definition. Here in comparable interface, we have one abstract method compare to which returns int value. So in our class, we will have to provide implementation of this method. In compare to method, we can write a custom logic for comparison of objects. It is used for comparing the two objects of the same class. But here, in this compare to method, we are passing only one student object. But from where we are getting another student object for comparison? Actually, this compare to method is being called by some student object, which is this. So here we have two objects, this, the current object, as well as the past object O. But in compare to, we are providing the comparison logic for student objects on the basis of their IDs. So first of all, I am making this O as S, and I've written this logic already. Now explaining you this logic. It says if the ID of the current object is greater than the ID of the past student, then it will return 1. If the ID of the current student is less than the ID of the student past, then it will return -1. And in case it is equal, means the ID of the current student and the ID of the student which is past are equal, then it will return 0. Let's save this. And in test, we can see now this error is gone which was coming here initially. So let's run this. Now when we will run this, we will get a student list which will be in some particular order, and this order is decided by this method. So it will be sorted as per the IDs of the student. So let's see what results we get here. So yeah, we have got the results. So the ID of the first student is 10, then the ID of the second student is 51, and the third student ID is 101. So we can see that the IDs of the student are now sorted. These are sorted in the ascending order. Now let me tell you what are the interview questions related to comparable interface. First is difference between comparable and comparator. And the second is in which scenarios we should use comparable or comparator. I have created the videos on these topics as well. You guys can check my video description for the links.